Hey everybody, kind of a late lunch and learn today. Been busy getting things together, but today I wanted to talk about within, within me, and how to discover yourself after a season of turmoil, trauma, just being depressed, not feeling like you're going anywhere. But I want you to know that no matter where you're at in life, everything is within you. And I know that sounds crazy. The power to heal, power to change your life. And we feel at our wits' end that nothing, absolutely nothing is going right. I'm not getting where I want to be. The frustrations of every day, the frustration of how do I do this? Like, if you scroll through social media, there's hundreds of thousands of people telling you you can do it, but they don't really know you, right? Like they don't know you. So I want to give you some ideas, some tips, some tricks on how to heal within yourself, how to find your passion, how to climb out of the rock that you're in. And the number one key is to listen. If you sit quietly without the stress, without the thoughts, the ruminating thoughts going through your head, and you just listen, you will get the steps to go within yourself to heal yourself. So you have to have the courage to step into it. And what does that mean? Like what does that how do you do that? Well, you never stop seeking, okay? Like for me, I'm constantly seeking more and more and more to learn how to do the things that I want to do. I want to do affiliate marketing, but I don't know the first thing about it. So the only way to learn it is for me to find people to help me to do it, right? So that's what I've been working on. I found a program and they're helping me put it together. So how do we find inside of us what's true? When all of social media is telling us, do this, do that, here's 16 different diets, here's 16 different exercise programs, just do this, it's not just, it's getting quiet, listening to yourself, then trusting yourself. The second way is to trust yourself. Because all of us, I don't care who you are, in the past have made poor decisions, decisions that have hurt others, the decisions that people have hurt us, and we lose that trust in ourselves. It's 66 degrees out today. I know I've got a winter hat on, but it's actually extremely warm out and gorgeous here in Georgia. So I didn't want to take the hat off, but so how do you trust yourself? You have to work on yourself from within. You have to believe that whatever you want, wherever you're going, whatever you're seeking, is worth it to you. So when you listen and get quiet with yourself, you learn to trust yourself. And once you have that trust, then you can move forward to whatever's bothering you to step into it. So if it's your health, how do you do that? How do you know where to go? Well, if you listen, you'll start noticing books around you. You'll start noticing podcasts around you that you're drawn to, not that other people want you to be drawn to. And then you'll start reading more. You'll start listening more. And as you're reading and listening, you'll highlight things, you'll write things down that resonate with you. That's how the Hydrated Life was born. I've always been talking about within and how to heal from within. Because after I had the cancer, I couldn't take the post-cancer drugs, so I had to figure out how to keep my body healthy within. So I had to trust that I was making the right decisions. The first decision I had to trust was that I wasn't going to take the post-cancer drugs because they were making me depressed and suicidal. So what was I going to do? But I had to believe that I could change and that I could make that decision. So I saw within me, and I learned that lemon juice, first thing in the morning, a hot cup of lemon juice, first thing, stabilizes your metabolism. So I started there. Then I added in a green juice. Then I added in a healthier diet. Then I added in exercise. I didn't do them all at one time. I added them in. And that's the key, is to be patient, trust that you're making the right decision, and keep moving forward. And you have to find the courage to do things that other people don't understand. So the courage is within you. So for me, I quit drinking. I went to church. I remember my mother had to come to church with me one time because one of my siblings thought I had joined a cult. But I can tell you how church changed my life. And going within with God has changed my life over the last 10 years. I'm not perfect at it. And there's still a ton I don't understand. So many theologies, so many denominations, so much out there that how do you know? You know, the people that you think are going to be there that, you know, that leave your life, they aren't. Um, you get mad, you get angry when things don't go your way. And in 2017, I had asked God to heal 10 people, and not one of them got healed physically. Not one of them, they all died. And it was heart-wrenching to me. I just wanted to throw in the towel. But I realized that that was their journey, not mine. Yes, I could pray for them, and I did. They did everything they could. I'm not saying they didn't. But for me, I took it personally. I took it personally that I sucked at it, that I wasn't any good at it, that prayers don't get answered, and all of that. And then I realized that I had to do me first before I could worry about anybody else. I was way too new and didn't understand the capabilities at the time. And so when you go within, you have to have a deep belief of that you can be healed, that you can prosper, that you can be more than what you're being. Because if you don't believe it, it's not going to work. So you got to have the courage, and the courage is within you to step into it, to step into everything that you have and everything that's out there for you if you're feeling stuck. But you got to reach out. You got to reach within, and you got to reach without. Wisdom comes from knowing, and wisdom is inside of you. Think back to a poor decision. You knew when you made that decision that it was going to be a poor decision. I can tell you so many times that I made poor decisions. And I was influenced by either drinking or someone else or not trusting myself. But all the wisdom that's inside of me has been planted there my whole life, and I stifled it and I kept it down. So until I learned to get quiet and listen, I couldn't use that wisdom for myself or others. And it's taken me the last 10 years to realize what that wisdom is and how to use it. where to go with it. And it's just a beautiful thing when you do have wisdom. Love, each and every one of us has love inside of us. I don't care how many times you've been hurt. I don't care how many times you've lost somebody. It doesn't matter. You have love to give and you have love to receive. And by opening up your heart, when I look at love, people are like, don't you want to be with somebody? Yeah, I do want to be with somebody, but not at the expense of my health. Okay? So until I find that person that I know isn't going to jeopardize my health, that's when I know it's the right person. But for me, I just love people. God has given me the ability to just love people. I don't know what it is, and I just follow the two greatest commandments, to love God as He has loved me, and to love others as He has loved me. And it works. It works. It doesn't matter how many times I've been hurt, how many times I've been lied to, how many times I've been burned. I trust, and I just keep moving on, because I can't stay stuck in the past for the rest of my life, wondering what if someone doesn't love me? What if, And I've had to work through my family wounds, my friend wounds, my social media wounds, And I encourage you to look inside for where that love is and open that heart back up, because it's beautiful. When you can just love just because people are around you, people are within you. And if you really sit quiet, you'll see who's around you and who loves you and who wants to be with you. When you're discovering yourself from within you, trust that you have security, that you're going to be fine, that everything around you will be fine. And that doesn't mean just to go out there and haphazardly do things, because we all have to feel safe. Okay? When I walk, I have to know my surroundings. When I'm driving, on vacation somewhere to go see somebody, do something, I have to be aware of my surroundings. And it has to work for us to make sure we feel secure inside, right? To make sure we feel safe. I have to feel safe when I'm doing these lives. I was on a live last night and I was watching the person speaking. I wasn't doing it. And I was just watching them be taunted by people who were nasty people. And it was so hard to watch. It was so heartbreaking. So you have to feel safe. And you have to know your audience and know who you're around, so that you do have that security in life, that you're going to be okay. And just know who you're hanging with and what you're doing. If you have to compromise anything for somebody else, something else, and you get that gut intuition, go with it, because it's real. It's real, and it's telling you something's not right. I had a situation in the last few months at work where a client came in and she had fallen the day before and hit her head and had a lump on it. And she said, "Oh, I'm here today, so I must be okay." And I massaged her a little bit, and as I kept massaging her leg, a strong gut feeling like I wanted to vomit told me, "Stop." So I stopped the massage, and she got angry at me. And I went and told my boss, I said, I have to listen to my intuition, and it's telling me to stop. And my work backed me on it, because she shouldn't have been in there for 72 hours. And even if it was a light massage. So you got to listen to yourself. You got to feel safe and secure in what you're doing and what you're dealing with at that time. Worthiness. Whenever you're going after something and you're seeking within, make sure you know you're worthy of it. Okay? You know deep down inside what your worth is. And if you don't, you have to learn how to find that, because it's so important to know your value and that you have it inside of you. My life coach the last 2 years, one thing she had to work with me on was my value, because I wasn't going to be able to charge people what my value is if I couldn't if I didn't believe it myself. So I had to change that, and I had to develop it, and it's not easy to develop that. So I just want you to know that find your worthiness inside. What is your value? What are your values? And what are you worth? And how are you going to develop that? I took a different turn today, and I can't walk where I wanted to walk. Now I got to go around the other way. So your worthiness within is so important. And it's not your ego. It's not something that you just stand up and boldly say, I'm doing this. It's what is it inside of you that you're worthy of? And what should people know about you? How do you walk? How do you talk? And not display the egoism that gets in our way of us and our value and our worthiness. You got to honor yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you don't value and honor who you are, nobody else is going to do that. And I can tell you from a standpoint that since I was 13 years old, I didn't value myself. And I let a lot of people take advantage of me. And that was on me. You know, I slept with people because I didn't know my value. You know, I slept with people just, one time, or, if I was drunk, and it really devalued me rather than valuing me. So now I'm like, if you can't have a conversation with me and hold a good conversation with me, I don't want to talk about the weather. Okay? I don't want to talk about Fox News or the left or the right in the sense that it controls my life. I want you to have a deep conversation with me. I want to get to know you. And then, and only then, if we connect and we can laugh and we can joke and we can just be with each other, then I may let you into my life. But making sure that you honor yourself before you allow other people to take advantage of you, whether it's physically or mentally or spiritually. I've had all three, so just make sure that you're honoring yourself in any situation that you come upon, and that you hold true to those values that you have and that worthiness. So I want to now discuss, how do we heal from within, whether it's ourself or somebody else that helps us. I went a few weeks ago to get prophesied over, and since COVID, I've had a pain in my stomach that I just can't get rid of. And I don't really tell too many people about it because, they're always like, what are you going to do about it? What are you doing? So in seeking healing, it's a symptom of long haulers COVID from when I had COVID. But it was right at the base of my sternum. It's like it would just get knotted right there. It was like my transverse colon was just knotted up and wrapped up, and it affected my digestion, affected my mood, affected everything about me. And I've done everything medically that I could do. I had every test done, from ultrasounds to upper GI, lower GI, and the only thing they found was a small hernia, a real tiny one. So I learned how to heal that through some videos on YouTube, through drinking water and bouncing on my toes and breathing certain ways, and that has helped tremendously. But no matter what I ate, it felt like it got stuck above my navel and below my sternum. And it didn't matter if I ate a piece of lettuce or a piece of chocolate. It just was a pain. And so I went and got prophesied over, and I didn't say anything about that. I was looking, my prophecy, I wanted it to be about my business. I wanted to see what it would tell me about where I'm going, what I'm doing. But it didn't translate that way. The lady before me you're working on all these businesses, these ones are going to come true. And I was like, yes, let me hear mine. And mine actually, to me at first, was disappointing because it told me your family isn't where you wanted it to be at this time of your life. And I was like, oh, really? Because in my head, I'm going, no shit, Sherlock. I've been talking about that forever. So I took a negative approach to it. But then so at the end of the prophecy, one of the people in the room were like, you have stomach pain. And I was like, yes, I do. And they laid their hands on me and they prayed over it. And here's the key to how it got healed. It wasn't just that they laid their hands on me, okay? But I was defensive in the beginning of the prophecy because I wanted more. I wanted to hear about how the next 2 years, 10 years, my business was going to flourish and I was on the right path and all this. And the disappointment of them just telling me that my family wasn't the way it wanted to be, and that people wanted to be around me, and that people loved me for me, and so I was a little defensive and disappointed throughout that. But when it came to the healing part, I relaxed. My shoulders dropped down and my mind cleared. And when they were praying over me, I could feel it from within. And the difference is that I allowed it to happen. I let go of the judgment, of the disappointment, because I've been delivered. I've been saved just by speaking things out, just by seeing things. And I knew that power. I knew that power within me if I could let go of the anger, the hurt, the bitterness, whatever it was, the disappointment at that night. And it's been a couple months and I've had zero pain in my abdomen. I've had no struggles whatsoever. And that's how I know the power from within. Because it wasn't just 3 people putting their hands on me. It was me letting go. And we've got to learn to let go of the past Let go of what we're attached to and move on into the future. Move on into the present right now of where we are and believe and trust and have our wisdom, have our courage, have our passion to go out and do things. And that's where everything from within comes together. When you get quiet and you allow things to work. If you can meditate on healing and dig deep, there's certain types of healings that can manifest immediately. And my abdomen was one of them. So, does everything get healed like that quickly? No. I have a separated epiretinal membrane that there's nothing they can do about. I've had it for over a year, maybe 2 years now, and I'm still praying on it, but I haven't given up. So if it's not working, you have to ask yourself, are you receiving it? And then are you being patient in it? And are you being diligent in asking for it every day? So only you know you, and only you know from within what you have. And I can't answer why other people don't get healed. If I could, all 10 people from 2017 would still be with me. So, but you can heal things from within, and especially your mind and your body and your spirit. So I hope this helps somebody today. You deserve to heal, to let go of anger, to let go of sadness, to let go of disappointment, to have a better future, to be present right now, and to just love yourself where you're at. Because until you love yourself where you're at, nobody else can love you where you're at. So I hope this helped you. Have a blessed day. And I will see you the next time on my next luncheon.